trust. The details of the trust are still under investigation, but at this time, the investigators believe that there is no other motive whatsoever except for financial gain. I will take any questions that you may have at this time, but please keep in mind to respect the family that is behind us here today. Respect the first responders. It has been a very, very long day for all of us. We're getting ready to complete this scene here. We should be done with this scene in the next hour and 45 minutes. At that point, our job really begins. And what I mean by that is that total investigation that we want to do has to start. And we will start that this evening, and that will continue on for several days to come. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands. Please respect the family's privacy at this point.
When you talk about financial gain, what do you mean specifically? What did this suspect have to gain by committing these murders?
I think there's millions of dollars involved here, and all I can tell you is I don't want to get into specifics at this time, but it is from a family trust. It's a lingering issue that has been going on for the last few years, and but we believe that the motive right now is for financial gain.
How were you able to reach that conclusion?
A lot of investigation from a lot of different agencies and a lot of people.
Sheriff, you had mentioned that this was one of the most heinous crimes you'd ever seen in your 32-year career. Now that you have a motive and that it was strictly for financial gain, how does that make you feel?
It absolutely makes me sick to my stomach. As I said, we all have kids here, and frankly, to be honest with you, I want to go home. All my kids are gone, but I want to go home, and I want to call each one of those, and I want to call my grandkids and say that this is absolutely one of the worst things that I've ever seen. And how somebody can do what they did absolutely appalls me. I just don't understand it. But what I can tell you is that I want to fall back on how we all work together here today. Not only us, but the media, all the federal agencies, state, local agencies. That's really about what this is about today, that we got justice for the people that were found dead here in this house, for little Raymond and Catherine today. That is what we did this for, especially on Catherine's birthday. And that's the most important part of this. We don't want to forget that.
If this was for financial gain, did Lou any indication that he thought he was going to get away with this?
I don't know exactly. We're still investigating that. I don't want to say any more about the financial gain piece to compromise the investigation.
One more question about, is it fair to say that there were disputes between the uncle and his niece about finances, and that's why?
I can tell you that we're still investigating that, but the financial gain portion of it would lead us to believe to that, yes.
Sheriff, can you talk about conflicting reports of actually Mr. Hamilton shooting through that hotel door? Because we were hearing one thing from Dave Burson with Indiana State Police, and then we just want to clear that up for our viewers.
Absolutely. Well, let me just explain this. I was in control and command of a scene here, right? ISP, their SWAT team, we're in control of that scene down there. It's best to get that information from Mr. Bernstein at this point in time because he knows what happened there. I can tell you what happened here. So that'd be the source that I would go to.
And Sheriff, you had the opportunity to talk to the family. Have they described any tension between Lucius and the victims today?
You know what, to be honest with you, my focus has been working this scene today. What I can tell you is that our investigators, many investigators, have talked to the family today, and I don't know the specifics of those conversations.
Can you release any more about how this played out this morning? Did he knock on the front door or anything to that nature?
I can't tell you that at this point in time because I really don't know the answer to that question.
Any more on video? Were you guys able to get any surveillance video? You mentioned before.
I can tell you we're working with our federal partners. We do have some video that we're analyzing, but I can tell you that we're working with our federal partners to try to get that video to make sure it's a little bit more digitized so we can make it more visible to see.
Video from the house or video from other locations?
We've got videos from a lot of places that we're looking at right now.
But you did say this has been a long-standing dispute. This trust issue had been a long-standing
My understanding is that this has been a long-standing family issue in regards to this financial trust, yes.
Any significance that it was her birthday, that he came over for this with this trust?
I have no idea at this point. No
Does this
idea.
go back to a family death in 2012?
I have no idea exactly where it's tied to, but our investigators will find that out.
Anything else?
Thank you all very much. This will be the last press conference for today. We'll come out if we find anything else with the press release.
Is this a picture of the family?
Yes, this is Catherine and Raymond Jr. So please know that we worked very hard today to bring justice for this family.
Sheriff, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So as you just heard there, the sheriff briefing us on all that information there, saying that the reason that Lucius came to the Zionsville home today armed with a weapon and killed this 4-year-old and his mother, who was actually his niece, is due to a trust issue over money. The sheriff telling us it had to do with millions of dollars. We'll keep you updated as new information rolls in, but still a very active scene. They say they will wrap up their investigations here in just about an hour and a half. So we'll have all that information for you on air and online. Reporting live in Zionsville, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox 59 News.
Alexis, thank you. And these late developments